And with that, we are seeing a huge amount of growth in the market as well. Well, the commercial market, and the good news and the bad news. Let me tell you the good news here. The good news is that we are seeing after COVID, when all of us have seen there was a huge surge in the IT demand, and the entire market, and I'm talking about the PC industry now here, the entire PC market went up by about 2 to 3 million units. And India is roughly about 15 million units market. And by the way, if you look at it in the context of the world, we have about 1.5 billion population. Our PC density is just about 10%. We have 15 million is the total TAM for India, both commercial consumer put together. Look at China, same population. They have 65 million TAM. They are 4 times our. Look at the US, they are 85 million TAM. So that's the kind of PC density that they have. Look at Indonesia, very close by country, small country, not as rich as America or China, people would argue. They have 30% PC density compared to India, which is just about 10%. So we have so much of opportunity for us. But somehow, I mean, there are a lot of things which was not going well for India, and therefore the growth was not coming up. But the good news is that commercial PC is starting to grow back now. In the last 6, 7, 8 months that we have seen the market grown up by 15 to 17%, which is great because Indian middle class is growing well. India is supposed to become the 3rd largest economy. Every parameter is positive. And therefore, which is what the goodness we are seeing in the market as well. We are seeing the growth. That's an opportunity for all the partners here. And that's the opportunity for all of us here in this room as well. Second thing that we are witnessing is that a lot of organizations are wanting to adopt AI-enabled services. I mean, as Sandeep also mentioned, people are thinking about how do we use it. And again, going back to my media example, he said that the first time, it took me the first instance, somebody asked him the question that, was training people and was adopting the technology was difficult. And he says, yeah, it was difficult for the first time. But the moment a reporter said that his life is going to change dramatically from 9 hours to 12 minutes, I don't need to go back and ask them to train. They themselves came to me and asked for it. So it's actually so intuitive, natural language, multimodal. It's so convenient to use. So technology is not like 20 years ago when somebody had to actually learn a computer programming to learn a computer. It's so intuitive, so natural language oriented, so it's so easy to adapt as well. And which is why we are saying there are about 75% of the people, the 75% of leaders are already using AI in the workplace today. There are 75 of the customers that we did a survey with, we are seeing that. There were 79% of the leaders that we surveyed, they themselves said that, no, we want to use AI because we want to be ahead of the curve. As Sandeep mentioned, if you're not going to use it, somebody else is going to take away your business. So either you have to be smart enough to adopt AI, be in the leading edge, take a leading edge, move ahead, and start doing that transformation, which is what we are seeing in that as well. The third mega trend that we are seeing is security. Now, after COVID, there's a huge amount of ransomware attack increase, which has happened in the world. Now, look at the data points. And when you do a Bing, by the way, we do Bing, we don't do other things. So when you will search, you will realize that every 39 seconds, there is a ransomware attack in the world. Now, if you are not been attacked so far, I can only tell you that you are lucky. We are lucky that we are not been attacked, but there have been multiple instances in the world around us. I mean, all of you would have heard about the AIMS story, right? AIMS was ransomware attacked, millions of Indian records got compromised, and a lot of things have happened. So I think every 39 seconds there are ransomware attack which is happening, and which is why everybody is thinking about security. We have a framework as well, and that's the mega trend that we are witnessing in the industry. Every customer that we talk to, they want to talk about security, and they're thinking about security when they're designing their ID system. And again, and last but not the least, the customers are not buying technology for the sake of buying technology. They are actually looking at technology to solve a real problem. They're looking at products and how services which is kind of integrated with the product, and that's the value addition that we all can bring. That's the thing that we are looking at the thing as well. With that is one major inflection point as of now, which is also helping us drive the PC commercial TAM expansion or the TAM growth as well, which is the end of support for Microsoft Windows 10. As you all know, some of you would know, or some of you should know, Windows 10, which was the operating system which got announced about 10, 12 years ago with multiple patches, is been announced for end of support in October 2025. After 2025, you would not get support from Microsoft, you will not get the security updates, you will not get software updates. So it would become very, very vulnerable for your systems to keep running on Windows 10, and therefore I sincerely urge you to look at your IT state and try and see if you're not upgraded, you should upgrade, think about it, and then look at moving it to the next platform that you have. A lot of question says that there are a lot of people that we meet, and by the way, we announced this about 12 to 13 months ago, and when we have been working with various OEMs, our partners, our customers, there are a lot of learnings. And the learning is that the deployment could be very, very complex for various organizations. Depending on how complex is your IT setup, you need to evaluate it for yourself, but the historical data says organizations tend to take roughly about 4 to 5 months to about, thank you so much. 4 to 5 months to about 15 months time for deployment, depending on the complexity of the organizations. So evaluate your own IT setup. If you think that you are not one of those complex ones, maybe you can take a little time, but if you are one of those complex ones, reach out to your partners, reach out to your OEMs, reach out to us. We are all here to help. And by the way, Microsoft is not moving Windows 10 to Windows 11 for making money. If you have an eligible device which can support Windows 11, it's a free of charge upgrade. We are doing it for a reason because Windows 11 is one of the most secure operating systems that Microsoft has ever built, and it's a security-first approach that Microsoft has taken, and all the innovation that you are seeing around AI, around Copilots is all going to be available in Windows 11 onwards. So therefore, we are encouraging you to do that. Of course, enterprise SMB, we all know there's a huge opportunity. Within India, we can see a great amount of movement in the enterprise space. SMB are still a little away from this, and they still have a belief that, no, we'll do it, jab time aayega hum karenge. But wo time aayega karenge mein shayad late ho jayega. So my request to all of you is to just look at your state and then evaluate for yourself what's the right strategy, what's the right time for you to look at and go into this. There are a lot of customers that we meet, they all say that, no, why upgrade now? And while I can go on this, but no, I can just give you some few points in terms of why you should. One is the first point is that, no, if your machine is out of date, is out of support, first of all, it will create a huge amount of security threat for you. As I said, there's a huge amount of ransomware attack which is happening. It's a matter of time somebody would get compromised. And one faulty device can create an issue in the entire network. So it's like if one door is open in a house, somebody can get into your house and they can do anything in your house. So it's important to ensure that your entire security posture is complete, and therefore you should make sure that your device is completely secure. So just make sure that you do. The second important thing is all the innovations is happening on a new tech. Therefore, if you have a machine which is not eligible for Windows 11, that means they would be either 4 years, 5 years old machines. So if you have a 4 years old machine versus a new machine with AI, with Copilot, with all those innovations coming in, look at the productivity difference between these two machines. So huge competitive advantage in terms of productivity gain as well. Of course, I mean, older machines will impose a higher cost of support and all that stuff, so I don't want to go on that. But I think there's a merit into upgrading all these machines, very, very important now. Some of you might know like numbers, so here are some of the numbers. So Windows 11 will give you 62% less security incidents. Windows 11 would have 80% less helpless tickets compared to Windows 10. And you have 25% increase in productivity and 50% faster workflows as far as Windows 11 is concerned compared to Windows 10. So my sincere request to you is to look at it. And last but not the least, this is as per Forrester that for the ROI on Windows 11 is roughly 250% versus Windows 10 system that you have over a period of 3 years. So I would sincerely urge you all to look at your IT state, come back to us in case you need some help, but no, look at it in a very, very serious manner. This is a very serious problem. And by the way, it's a serious problem for one more aspect. In India today, as we speak, I've refreshed the data last week, so I know that I remember the data. In India, there are about 15 million, 14.7 million to be precise, devices which are ineligible for Windows 11 refresh, which means they cannot get refreshed. They have to be bought by a new machine. Now, the total supply chain for India for the commercial market is 6 million. Now, if tomorrow, if every customer says that, oh, I like Microsoft's idea, I need to refresh. So tomorrow, if every customer comes and says that I want to refresh, 6 million total PC supply chain for India, 15 million ineligible devices, which means everybody is not going to get the machine. It will become a COVID-like situation when you wanted to buy an i3 machine, the available machine from HP, Dell, Lenovo was only i7. So a lot of people would have faced this problem that you had to buy above your budget, above your requirement and things like that. So I think my sincere request to all of you is to just look at it very, very early, it's an immediate problem which needs to be handled now. So think about it, evaluate it, take a call, and do right for your organizations. In case you need any help, please reach out to us, we are here to help. Well, I'll quickly move in terms of what all you can do with Microsoft from a partner. I believe there are partners here, there are customers here. So from a partner's perspective, from a customer perspective, we are one of the few companies, or maybe only company in the world today, who is positioned to transform the customer's experience across every layer. So whether you look at the cloud, you look at the web or the SaaS applications, or you look at the client with Windows 11 and the Bing chat and, enablement as well. So I think we are one of those companies which will give you a cross leverage across every layer of the IT transformation, and which is why we encourage our partners to come and work with us. And if you think about it, the opportunity for our partners, think about it as a three-layered cake. On the bottom layer, we have the Windows devices where we work with our OEM partners, with our local Indian companies. We help them design and build a great machine which can be delivered for our customers. On the middle layer, we have SaaS solutions, which is based on the CSP solution, which can be given to a lot of customers for enabling their efficiencies for their business transformation. And on top of that, we have partners who are building their own IP, their own value-added services, and providing a complete solution for our customers. So that's the way Microsoft's ecosystem works for our partners and for our customers. So look at it from there's an IDC did a survey, and while Microsoft is doing all innovation from the edge to the cloud, we are working at the edge, we are working on various applications in the middle which is all AI generated. We are also working with various industries like healthcare, education, manufacturing, and so on and so forth. We are building various IPs which can be used for that. And the partner who is working with us, for every $1 spent on Microsoft, there is a $7.6 of economic value a partner can generate. So that's the study that IDC has done and IDC has published, which means for every $1 that you get from your customer, you have an opportunity as a partner to go and 7.6 times of that value to our customers through various offerings through services or building your IP and delivering our whole services. So I think that's the opportunity for partners like yourself, and therefore it's very, very important that we get into the bandwagon, we use the technology, we use it for the right use, and we kind of make a trusted advisor for our customers. In the last, I would just like to mention the mission that we have. It's our mission to ensure that we empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more, and that's our duty to ensure that we work with partners like yourself, customers like yourself, and all of you as an ecosystem player to ensure that we are all successful, and it's our job to make sure that you are successful as well. So with that, I would like to close. I'm going to be here in case you have any questions, any feedback. I'll be more than happy to take it. Thank you so much.